Um, so something interesting is going on. She's not supposed to be pregnant. Having never kept or raised geese either, I don't know the sexes of these guys at all. The pinks are just starting to come out. I absolutely love grazing these sheep on long grass. They look magnificent. You can see I've just moved them from this, so that's obviously quite low, but isn't it nice just to see them among, like, some of the grass stems are longer than they are, taller than they are. It's amazing. It makes me very happy. So something interesting is going on. Liara is making a nest. She's not supposed to be pregnant. Rabbits do have phantom pregnancies, so it could be that. But it could also be that I made a rookie mistake and left her kits with her too long. Up until about 2-3 weeks ago, there was still a doe and a buck in there. So there is the potential that her son has mated her, which isn't great. But of course, mother to son breedings is actually line breeding. I don't really want to do it, but it is a way that you can bring recessive traits out. So we may get, if she is pregnant and she has babies, we may get some of those interesting colours come out, which we haven't seen yet. But I wasn't going to breed the bunnies for a while, just because I still have kits from the old batches still to rear and to sell and to butcher. So we'll see what happens. Okay, it's now 6 in the evening and I've just come to check on Liara again, and now she's pulling fur, which she generally does just before she gives birth. So we may well have some new babies by the morning. So it's the next day. Let's have a little look and see if she did have any babies. I don't know. Nothing's moving around. Okay, so there's just hair at the moment, I think. There's no... So it might be a phantom. There's definitely no babies as yet. We will check in later and see if anything happens. Oh, I think we might be about to get some friskiness. No, you're going to go back to bathing. Talking of Muscovies, I'm obviously not very good at telling boys and girls, because I did a hatch of lavender Muscovies last year, if you remember, and I was pretty convinced they were all boys. However, yesterday, this one was being mated by my khaki camel drake. Now that's not to say maybe he's a he and he's gay and he just likes the khaki camel drake. I don't mind, but I'm now starting to think they might all be hens. This is a Teapot and he's our male Muscovy drake. He's definitely male. And then we have Compost over here, I think. Where's Compost? There's Compost. And obviously you can see the size difference. So he's much bigger than she is. But they are also older than these by about 2 months. However, I'm now starting to think their smaller stature is more in line with a hen, which means I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lavender hens, which would be absolutely amazing considering I first thought they were drakes. And I think the problem was they were all from the same hatch, and because they were a single sex, there's nothing to compare it to. You know, if you've got 2 boys and 2 girls, you can very quickly differentiate as they grow up. But if you've got all boys or all girls, there's no comparison. So it's quite exciting that I might actually have, because otherwise I'd have had 5 drakes and 1 hen. 1 drake and 5 hens is way better, and I can maybe get some beautiful babies. And I actually thought this one that was getting mated was the one that I was almost definite it was a boy, because its caruncles were growing far more than anybody else's. But we'll see who lays eggs. But I'm definitely not an expert in muscaries. The grass is always greener, isn't it? Yes, always. Hello, what are you doing? You gonna come and see me? No. Having never kept or raised geese either, I don't know the sexes of these guys at all. So we've got 3 here, and then one's just gone over to the pond. But you can see already there's quite a size difference. Hello. This one is quite a lot bigger than those 2. And then the one in the pond is much bigger than everybody else. So is that a thing? Is this going to be a gander because he's bigger? And they're going to be maybe another gander? I mean, on size, I'd say I've got 3 ganders and 1 hen. But again, I don't know. Do they grow that quickly in difference in terms of gender? Or is it just that they've got different growth rates because the egg sizes were different, they've eaten more or less? I don't know. What I do know is I'm going to keep geese for many years because they are amazing and I absolutely adore them. We'll revisit that thought in about 6 months when they're adults. If they're attacking me, I may have changed my mind. Here's the other chap, he's just come back. So you can see, actually let me get in. Oh! You can see there's definitely 1, 2, 3 that are much bigger than this one. So I don't know. Hello. You're super cute, aren't you? Hey, can I stroke you? Oh, I know. Are you going to run away? You don't really like to be stroked, do you? No. Can we have a cuddle? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter? Okay, off with your friends. I've got to say, although it's almost the end of May, the weather is still horrendous. So all the animals are completely happy, but the market garden and flower farm is way behind where I thought it was going to be. I will say though that I have now sown everything, so I've got a first start on every single seed that I'm going to be growing this year. It's not all in the ground, and some more succession sowings will be needed, but I have, of the sort of the 10 crops and the 10 flowers that I'm growing, everything has been started. Now you might note a new polytunnel has started. I'm not going to show you the progression of building that polytunnel. I'm going to save it all for one video because I'm not doing it quickly. I want to do it on my own time, get it right, get it sturdy, so that it can withstand things. So I'll probably take a couple of weeks to put it up completely and then I'll condense it into one video. But we are in the flower farm section at the moment. So we've got stuff started. The ranunculus have actually done a lot better than I thought. They're flowering really well. We've got this one little white here, which I'm really happy. I mean, they are beautiful. So, considering I thought I was going to have nothing, we have got quite a few flowers. We've got some red here, and then I think this is where the pinks start, and the pinks are just starting to come out. So in hindsight, could have put them much closer together because they're quite spread out. I've started to pick them just for stuff at home. I've just made some little posies at home. Look at the dog running off with a rat trap. That's shut, by the way. I have to go and get that off him in a minute. So we've got the ranunculus here. The sweet peas. Sweet peas hate being transplanted. Absolutely hate it. But now they're out, they are finally starting to get some nice, sturdy stems on them. So before long, hopefully they'll be up this. We've got the gladioli in here. So we only got 60 bulbs. I've done 3 rows of 20. And they are starting to come through. Again, everything's really late. This row is cornflowers. Early seeded ones are right down here. Then some successional ones are here. And then it's too late really to sow, but I did direct sow here and everything got killed. So I've just done 3 drills of red boy, blue boy and black ball along here. Straw flowers are coming along well, and I have found something has been coming over here at night and digging things out. I don't think it's a fox, I think it's maybe a rat, or I did see a jackdaw in her earlier, so maybe it's a bird. But I found that putting the toilet rolls over them has stopped them getting dug out. So as I get more toilet rolls, I'm just putting them over the top, and it just protects the stem. They can still grow, as you can see, and then eventually, once they're sturdy plants, I'll just cut down. So I'll cut the toilet roll off. But you can see under here, they're getting nice sturdy stems where they haven't been nibbled, which is good. Here we've got a row of snaps. Probably only the one row because I didn't have as many as I thought. And then here I did transplant loads of zinnias, and then we had a super cold night. So we have got some, and I've done 3 rows, and I think we've got dahlia, zinnia, sprite mix and pale or zest mix. And I have sown another 100 of those just in case these don't work out. I've sown another 100 so I can transplant them in. Meanwhile, in the market garden, the first 2 rows, so all of the kale are now in, all of the chard are now in. I'm yet to plant the spinach and the lettuces because I just want them to grow on a little bit more. The first rows of carrots are coming up. If you look very, very carefully, we've got a row here, so we've got 5 rows. We've got a row, another row here, another row here, and another row here. So we've got 5 rows of carrots. We've got 5 rows of beets. Row 1, row 2, row 3. No, we've got 4 rows of beets, sorry. And row 4. Is that where one is? Yeah, there is one there, honestly. And then we've got 5 rows of radishes, which are more obvious to be seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to start now. So I've only done a third of this bed. I've done up to, there's a big rock. There's a rock there. So I've done it up to there. So I need to start successionally snowing the next third of all of these now. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it's all coming on. As you know, this is our first year setting up the garden and the market farm. So a difficult year to start with in terms of the weather. So everything is behind. But I guess in some ways it's quite good because we haven't committed to any market farms or anything yet. So I'm not at a stage where I'm like, oh my God, I've got a market farm to go to in 2 weeks and I have nothing to sell. I've sussed out some farmers markets and sent out some emails and things, and the ones that I have kind of talked to, they're a bit more of the smaller scale ones and a bit more ad hoc, especially because of COVID. So it's kind of like when I've got stuff, I can just phone them up and say, have you got a slot? Can you fit me in? Rather than having to book up a slot on a really popular market months and months in advance. I think I'll be more confident to do that next year when I know that I will have stuff. This year, I'm not so sure. And of course, we're also going to be setting up our on-site farmers market every Sunday. So when the season gets going, we're going to do an on-site flower bar and farmers market every Sunday. So we'll just be here from like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and people can just come and buy stuff as they want. Rather than doing a garden gate store, we're just going to do that once a week. Come and get all your stuff from us in one segment. And the other thing I'm also kind of thinking about is doing not doing a CSA, but doing box vegetables. So we will have like an order list. So I'll put like an order list up on Facebook, on Instagram, for my mailing list for local people. And I'll say, this is what I've got this week. Do you want anything? You can either come to the market and pick it up and I'll box it ready for you. So you can literally just come and pick the box up. Or if you're within like a 5-mile radius, I can drop the box off to you. And I think that might be another thing. I don't want to do a CSA this year because again, I'm not confident about having all the crops ready, but I think that would be another way to possibly draw CSA customers in for next year. If they know they can buy boxes ad hoc and they can see the kind of goods we've got to give them, then next year I can say, look, I'm doing a CSA, this is what it is. You'll get a box delivered or for pickup every week for so many weeks. So I think that could be a good way to draw future customers in. Well, it's the end of the day. She built a nest yesterday morning. She pulled hair yesterday afternoon. And this morning she hadn't had anything. So we're going to have a little look. She's currently munching some fresh grass I just gave her. So let's go in. And I would say no. Normally, if you open the door, it starts to wriggle. So no, nothing. So it could well be a phantom pregnancy. But I'm still not sure. So I'll keep you guys up to date. And if not on Instagram, check me out on Instagram. I'm just Jeff Wakeling. And as soon as I find babies, I'll put them up there. And I'll also let you know on YouTube.